Hey everyone, my name is Herath, and today I'll be creating an instructional video on how to create your very own flapping dove. Uh, with this flapping dove, anybody of all ages is able to create this. So let's jump right into it and see how we can create our very own flapping dove. This will be the end product, and without further ado, let's get right into it. All you'll need today is going to be a regular 8x10 piece of paper. So we'll first start by folding the top right corner over to the left and making a sharp crease along that as we do. While we're doing that, we'll be sure to create a sharp crease along the top right of the paper to make sure that the design looks and is clean. And once again, we'll crease the paper along. And we're left with this triangle kind of shape, and we have a little rectangle right over here. What we're going to be doing is getting rid of this rectangle because it's just going to be excess paper that we're not going to need. So to do that, we're just going to fold it over the triangle like this and line it up so that we don't see any more of the rectangle. So as we're doing that, we'll crease, making sure we're making sharp creases along the edges. And if it's a little undone, we make sure that the finer pieces are created. So right now we are left with a triangle and that little rectangle piece. So let's unfold that rectangle piece like we first started with. And like I said, we're going to be getting rid of it. So to do that, we'll just tear ever so slightly along the top to create a little slit. After creating that tear, we're just going to be separating the two pieces of paper along the edges until we get all the way down. The end. Now we can throw this piece of paper away. We won't be needing it. Now all we have left is this piece of triangle paper. Now let's unfold the triangle, and we're going to be making a couple more folds. So we originally had it fold this way. Let's fold it along the other way, making sure to line everything up and keep it precise. So edge to edge, crease along there. I'll flip over and make sure we're doing it on the right side. And line it up on this side. And crease down. Now, something to keep in mind is to make sure that all the folds are alongside the right corner and edges of each side of the paper, or else it may look a little bit disjointed in the end. But moving forward, we're going to go ahead and fold the paper one more time along the middle this way. And we should be seeing a couple creases in the paper. So we already created an X. Within that X, we're just going to draw one line through it with this crease. And again, if you need to re-crease, it's totally okay. So right about now, we should have an X in the middle of the paper with a line going down. And we're going to be creating one more line across the middle. So to do that, we'll fold it one more time along the middle. And this will help us moving forward so that our pieces kind of fold in together and everything kind of comes together. We're almost there. So after creasing here, all we need to do, keep the crease, open it up once more, and right now we have a line going across, and then an X along the paper. So let's go ahead and fold the triangle, excuse me, right back to how we had it. And now we have two lines that chaining down. So what we're gonna do next is to lift the paper up ever so slightly and take the right side and fold it in. At that same time, we'll fold this side back out and fold the paper down. Now this part can be a little bit tricky, so take your time. And we want to make sure that these two parts align. We'll crease down one more time. And we'll do the same for this side of the paper. Make sure that pops up, and we'll hold this side down. And we'll simply bring this side in. Crease down. And make sure that this side is creased down as well. So right now, we have a little diamond shape with a line going down the center. Now, we are almost there, so we're gonna flip it over. And now what we're gonna do is take one flap of the right side and line it up along that line going down the center of the page. To do this, we'll just line it up, and then once we have it lined up here, we'll crease one more time down. We'll do that along this side. Once we have it alongside here, we'll crease down one more time. And we're going to be doing the same on the other side of the paper. So we'll just flip it over and fold in. Fold in on the same side. It should be even, so now we have a little kite piece. Now this is perfect. What we're going to be doing is unfolding the pieces that we just folded, and that'll help us fold in the next piece. So we'll lift this front piece up, open it up just a little bit so we have kind of like a pocket, and then fold the right and left sides into the pocket as we open it up. As we open up the pocket, we're just going to be creasing along the edges as we go up. And as we go up, we're just going to be flattening out the pocket. Now make sure the paper aligns with that center crease that we created before. And we just fold one more time. And make sure that we have a pointy edge at the top. This is going to be the wing, or one wing of the flapping dove. And then we'll fold that all the way up and crease the sides right here. We'll flip the paper and then do the same thing on the other side. It's just going to be a repeat. We'll fold this up, bring the papers in. Fold this side up and bring the papers in. And make sure that they are aligned. Perfect. And then we'll line it up once more. Now perfect. We have another kite kind of shape. Now it may look a little bit weird, but trust me, it'll all come together. What we're going to be doing is folding in each side of the paper like this, and do that on the left side as well. And we'll make sure that each top is pointed and flat as well. So if we have, it's kind of like unedged up here, we just flatten it down. Make sure everything is creased down. I'll flatten it down. Then we're gonna bring up one of the wings over here, all the way up. until we have it creased on the bottom, creased on the left, and we simply fold. We'll do the same thing on here. We'll bring it up, and once again we will fold, and we'll push everything down here. So right now we'll pull out one of the wings that we created about halfway down at a good length like this, and we'll create a crease right over there. We'll flip it over and create the same length of the crease, line it up with the other wing on the bottom. That seems to be right. And we'll create a crease here, and right now we have the head right over here and the tail over here, so we'll separate them out just a little bit to give it some length. And after separating them, we'll crease them down again. And then the last part is just to create the head right up here. To do that, we're just going to be opening up the pocket, folding the head down like this, and then squeezing the beak together. And your finished result is, once you've opened up the wings, you now have an origami flapping dove. And this is pretty simple for anybody to create, so share with your friends. You can move the wings up and down like this to mimic it flying. And yeah, you can actually have it stand up just like that on the table if you'd like to. Thank you guys for following along. This has been my instructional video on how to create an origami flapping dove for yourself. Take care.